Welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't figured out, there's going to be a theme to this week, which is talking about mind your business and mind your life. Mind your business, mind your life. But something I forgot to tell you on the last video is that we're going to start having contests. What does that mean? That means that below this video, you need to drop a comment because we're going to take all of the comments and choose a winner either at the end of the week or the end of the month. Haven't figured out what the prize is, but for those of you who know me, you know I love to give stuff away. So it could be a book, it could be one of the coaching decks, it could be a t-shirt, it could be coaching, it could be access to, you just never know. But whatever it is, you're going to want it. So make sure you do that. All right, so we're going to get into a conversation around a topic that I think is really important, and that is overthinking. So many people do it, myself included. We need to talk about why and maybe how to stop. Okay, great. So what is overthinking? Well, overthinking for me is a conundrum of what ifs. It's literally overthinking, thinking something over and over in your mind, but with the caveat of, well, what if this? Well, what if this? Well, what if this? Well, what if this? What if, 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 what if? And that makes sense because at its basic definition, if you look it up, and we may put some resources down in the description box, but if you look it up, you will see that overthinking is not a condition in itself. It's not a mental health condition. It is the byproduct of stress and anxiety. Well, what we know about anxiety is that anxiety is about a fear of the future, like what is going to happen. And so I think a lot of the reasons why people, myself included, got into the habit, and of course, habits are things that we need to break, of overthinking is because we were afraid of what could happen if we do the wrong thing. Dun, dun, dun. There is no wrong thing. There is no right thing. There is no good thing. These are all constructs created to control you. There is good for you. There is right for you. And there is wrong for you. There we go. Overthinking can become very debilitating. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times you can overthink your way out of some most amazing situations. Amazing. I've seen people overthink themselves right out of amazing relationships, overthink themselves right out of launching their businesses, overthink themselves right out of leading their teams. I've seen people do this. I myself have overthought my way into and out of many things because, again, you're rolling this thing around. What if, what if, what if, what if? And at some point, if you continue to think and think and think, you will end up with something called analysis paralysis. And the problem with analysis paralysis is just like the term says. Did I just stutter? A little bit. It's okay. You know, we don't do edits, so you get me, flaws and all. So analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Paralysis means that it doesn't move. It doesn't move. If you are paralyzed, you literally cannot move. If you've ever had a night terror, I have, and you're sleeping and you're having this crazy dream and you're literally trying to make your body move and it's not moving, that's paralysis. You didn't like it because you can't do anything. Same thing with analysis paralysis, because you're thinking. And guess what? When you're thinking, more than likely you're not doing. Just let that sit there. It's very rare that someone can think and do at the same time. It's very rare that someone can think and do at the same time when they're overthinking. The thinking will take the precedent. And then what happens is that, unfortunately, if you overthink too much, you don't do. And then you start to talk to yourself in negative self-talk about the not doing. And I'm like, listen, got to rein this overthinking in. And for me, the first thing is recognizing that there is no right, there is no wrong, and there is no good. There's right for you, wrong for you, good for you. Again, we're not trying, apart from harm of others, okay? So we don't want to harm anybody. I want to make sure that that's crystal clear. We're not harming other people to do what is right for us, to not do what is wrong for us, and to do what is good for us. But we have to recognize that we have a right to those things. And we have to be willing to weather the storm that some people are just not going to be on board. And if you are by chance a recovering people pleaser, having other people not be on board with your decisions can be really heavy. But it has to be done because there are things that you have to do that don't involve these people. In fact, you're making these people way too powerful in your life. They have a position that they should not have. And I don't care who it is. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister. It could be anybody in your family. It could be your best friend, anyone, but you're giving them a position that they don't have a right to have. And meanwhile, shocking, while you're sitting over here trying to do the good thing so they'll be impressed and they'll think so highly of you, guess what? They don't care. They're going to go on and live their life the way that they want to live it. And the good decisions that you made, yeah, they'll just think you were just doing what was best for you. Now, isn't that about a flip? Yeah. So they're thinking you're doing what's best for you. You're doing what's best for them to keep you in whatever esteem or whatever you want your reputation to be with them. They don't care. They're going to go on with their lives, and that's what you need to do. All right. So the first thing that I need you to deal with in the overthinking is recognizing that it is incumbent upon you. It is a right. It is what you desire. It is what you deserve to do what is right for you and not do what is wrong for you. Or maybe you do what is wrong for you. No, don't do what's wrong for you. And then do what's good for you. And recognize that, hey, I'm going to do this. And some people may not agree with me, but that's okay. I am internally validated. Remember, we talked about that in the last video. Remember, we were talking about intuition and trusting yourself and all of that. So that's really important, okay? That's really, really important. The other thing is making sure that if you find yourself overthinking, that you acknowledge it and you stop. And stop may mean that you literally stop thinking about the matter. Just stop. Stop running the scenarios. Stop saying what if. If you have to, just ground yourself really quickly, like hand to hand, and breathe. Do one of the meditations here on the channel, probably the one when you can't focus. It could help, but just hand to hand or grab something, touch. And I always say hand to hand because you always have your hands with you. Grab your hand, grab your leg, flesh to flesh, and just breathe. And once again, I'm going to say this, let peace guide you. And see, you can't let peace guide you if you're like, baptized in chaos. Like if you're submerged in chaos, it's going to be really hard for peace to guide you because peace can't find you. So you're going to take the initiative to grab on to your peace. You're going to grab onto it and you're going to meditate. You're going to do a little breath work, maybe some 4-7-8 like in the meditation video. And then you're going to come back to your center and make your decision. And listen, I'm not opposed to using a magic 8-ball. I have a key ring that you can spin and it'll say yes, no, I don't know. I think it has something else. Panic, I think is the last one. But I'm not opposed to you using an external assist. I just don't want you to use the opinions of others as the external assist, okay? Because this is what you need. This is, if you're watching this video, it's because you need to know this. And you need to know this because there's something that's coming in your life or something that's happening in your life where you have to be your best self, as I call it, your full and favorite self. And you can't be that trying to please other people. It's just not going to work out. And so if you're sitting here, you might be having some sort of a light bulb moment. And if you are, just put aha in the comments, which will also enter you in the drawing. And you might be saying, wow, that's why things have been so hard. Possibly. That's why I feel so discouraged, even though I've been doing good things. I did a good thing. I thought, yeah, that could explain it. Because if the things you've been doing are not about you and how you feel and the condition of your heart and the way you love and the way you deserve to be loved and the type of work you want to do and the way you want to show up in the world, then you're not showing up as your full and favorite self. And I hate to be the one to break it to you, although I really don't hate to be the one to break it to you. We need you. We need you. Your tribe needs you. The people you lead need you. Your organization needs you. Your family needs you as your full and favorite self. And your favorite self, let me just go ahead and be assumptive for a minute. Your favorite self is not about pleasing people. Your favorite self is about being in tune and aligned with yourself so you can make amazing decisions, take risk, but not reckless risk. What do they call it? Calculated risk. You take calculated risk and you get the outcomes that you desire. You won't get there pleasing other people. And the kicker is, as I said before, the people that you're trying to please, they don't even care. They don't. And it's not because they don't care about you. They just don't care about your decisions because they're out living their own life, possibly as their full and favorite self. Notice how the people that you're trying to please aren't trying to please you. Message. So like I said, this is not about harming anyone. I don't want you to, become, evil and egotistical or egomaniacal or anything like that, or malicious or sociopathic or psychopathic. Like I'm not advocating for that, which I think you know. I'm saying that overthinking is about running scenarios where you meet the expectation of being right and good or not doing anything wrong. Listen, you're entitled to mistakes and you're entitled to doing what is right for you, what is good for you, and not doing what is wrong for you. And some of those things may actually look like they're really great ideas. But if you don't feel it, you're probably not. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, my name is Stephanie D. McKenzie. I'm a speaker, teacher, author, and coach, here to remind you to always be your own superhero and to thank you so much for loving and learning and stopping all the overthinking with me. See you on the next video, and make sure you drop that comment so you can win.